It is decision night in America. Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Mooney.
And I'm Amanda Gomez. The results are coming in. Voters in southern Arizona are making sure their voices are heard. In
tonight's general election, Tucson City voters are deciding who represents them in 3 wards. They will also decide on 2 propositions, including the Tucson Minimum Wage Act. We have complete team coverage this evening. News 4 Tucson's Priscilla Casper, Eric Fink, and Angelique Lizardi are standing by with a breakdown of tonight's latest results.
And let's kick things off now with News 4 Tucson's Priscilla Casper.
She joins us live in studio with more on the big props that will affect your wallet. Priscilla.
Well, Sean, Amanda, it looks like the minimum wage in Tucson will be going up, and in Vail, the budget override passes for its school district. The one prop we still don't have a clear decision on is Prop 410, raising the salary for Tucson's mayor and city council. Unofficial results show Prop 206 passes by nearly 60% of the votes. This prop raises the minimum wage for the city of Tucson to $13 an hour by 2022 and gradually rising to $15 an hour by 2025. Although the majority are in favor, not everyone is on board.
I think there's going to be some court challenges for this because of the infrastructure that is in place and the damage that it could cause to the city in terms of litigation, in terms of court challenges, in terms of trying to enforce something that's almost unenforceable.
Official results show Prop 410 passing so far by 153 votes. Prop 410 raises the Tucson mayor and city council members' salaries $12,000 each. The Tucson taxpayer would pay 15 cents per citizen annually if this passes. They haven't received a raise since 1999. And preliminary results show Prop 487 passing. This funds programs like the arts, music, and PE for the Vail School District, and it does so without raising your taxes. The superintendent says that this is great affirmation of the partnership they share with the community and the great work they do in their schools. Well, again, we are still waiting for the official results, especially when it comes to Prop 410, raising that salary for the mayor and council since it is so close. Sean.
Thank you, Priscilla. Now to the race for a seat on City Council representing Ward 5. And it looks like incumbent Richard Fimbres will continue his tenure. According to unofficial results at this point, the Democrat came in with 71% of the vote. His challenger, write-in candidate Republican Shelley Cross, so far with just over 3%. Now to Ward 3 between Democratic candidate Kevin Dahl, Republican Alan Harwell Jr., and Independent Lucy Labosha. News 4 Tucson's Angelique Lizardi joins us live from Midtown with the latest on these races. Angelique.
Well, good evening, Sean. That's right. We've been following the Ward 3 race throughout the entire day. And now, according to city officials, we can confirm that Democrat Kevin Dahl is the unofficial winner of this race as of right now regarding Ward 3 with a pretty large margin of 57.64% of the vote. With me right now, I do have Kevin with me. Kevin, you said you worked really hard on this race. You went door to door.
We ran a strong campaign. We knocked on more than 10,000 doors. We phoned tens of thousands of people and text banked them and mailed to the voters. And I'm so excited, so happy that the voters responded positively. We ran on climate change, fighting climate change. It's the existential problem, and we can do things to keep people safe as temperatures increase and do things to stop climate change, and it'll make Tucson a better place. I'm very excited, looking forward to serving on the City Council.
And a quick message to all of your supporters that followed you throughout this entire experience.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I put a lot of time into the campaign, but so did hundreds of people who went door to door and made the phone calls and told their friends.
Thank you for your time, Kevin. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Again, Kevin Dahl, Democrat Kevin Dahl, is the unofficial winner here of Ward 3, but we do want to also follow up with the contenders here. We also had Alan Harwell, who was the Republican running for Ward 3 as well. Now, earlier in the day, I did contact Alan, and he did respond earlier and said that he would get back to us, but we are still waiting for his reply. In addition to that, we do want to mention, though, he did have 27.43% of the vote. But also moving along, we also have the other candidate, who is Lucy Labosha. She was the independent in this race for Ward 3, and she had 12.06 0.06% of the vote. And Lucy, again, she expressed to us earlier today that regardless of the situation of who wins or who doesn't, of course, though these are still unofficial results, she says that she wants to continue helping the community. She's also a teacher, but she wants to do her best, especially when it comes to supporting mental health and homelessness. Again, we do want to confirm that these are just unofficial results, so of course make sure to stay with us here right on News 4 Tucson for the latest updates. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Angelique. In Ward 6, Tucson City Councilman Steve Kosachik has a big lead tonight as he seeks re-election. News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink is covering the Ward 6 race for us, and he is live in Midtown with the latest. Eric.
Hi there, Amanda. City Councilman Steve Kosachik, the projected winner tonight, the three-term incumbent Democrat projected to defeat his independent challenger, Val Romero, here in Ward 6. That's the ward in Tucson that encompasses parts of Midtown from downtown to Wilmot and Grant to Broadway. Now, a little earlier this evening, Kosachik watching with a group of supporters, his wife Ann on hand, his wife of 42 years, congratulating him. The results coming in around 8:30 tonight. They gathered here at this Midtown office with some supporters in the same room that Kosachik is collecting donations for Afghan refugees. Kosachik tells us the most important issues for him are water security and PFAS, the water contamination issues. He says the city has to get its arms around that. Kosachik, who's been a city councilman now for 12 years, says he's grateful for this projected victory and for the support. He has this message for Tucson tonight.
I am grateful to the community for this message, again, about my staff and the work that we're doing. I will tell you that I am concerned about the level of rhetoric that we've been hearing. This is a local election, and it's been pretty nasty. We have a midterm coming up next year. People need to tamp it down, take a deep breath, and realize that we ought to be able to disagree with other people without hating.
And Kosachik says he will get right back to work tomorrow morning. As for his opponent in this race, independent candidate Val Romero, I asked to speak with Romero earlier this afternoon. He told me that he will not be doing any interviews or making any public statements tonight. He will wait on that until tomorrow. So once again, City Councilman Steve Kosachik projected to win re-election here in Ward 6. We are live tonight here in Midtown. I'm Eric Fink. News 4 Tucson. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Eric. In Cochise County, voters have approved a property tax continuation in the Northern Cochise County Hospital District. This authorizes the district to continue to impose a secondary property tax on all taxable property. And voters also approved a budget override for Wilcox Unified School District number 13. That means the district's governing board can continue the existing maintenance and operation budget override.